Hey girl, hey, it's your girl Candace, and I'm here today to talk to you about finding an apartment in New York City. So I have lived in New York City for 5 years, and I have found an apartment by myself every single time. Let me reverse. I've lived in New York City for 5 years. My first apartment I found online, and there's a local real estate agency, who specifically specialized in that area, who actually helped me find my apartment. But all my other apartments I either found on Craigslist or online just through looking, or my last apartment, I was walking around the block, saw a sign, called the number, they had empty units in the building. So when you're looking for an apartment, you need to kind of know what location you want to look in. If you are not in the New York, New Jersey area and you can't travel here to look for an apartment unit, then looking online is your best option. But you must be mindful that online goes so fast. And if you are looking online, I am going to say you're going to have to be on top of it. If you're looking online, you're going to have to call the real estate agents. You are going to have to work with an agent, because unless you find a building that has a manager who posted on Craigslist like I did one time, it's going to be a little bit harder, because units literally sometimes they'll go up and rent the same day. Definitely within a week, unless there's something wrong with the unit, that unit is gone. So you have to be on it. You have to have your pay stubs. You have to have your proof of kind of employment, if your pay stubs aren't enough, like maybe you're a freelancer. You also have to have your credit run. You need to have the money for your deposit, your security deposit, and IDs. And it's not a hard process, but you kind of just have to have it all together, because like I said, if you are going to look for units, bring it with you as a file, print it out, extra copies, because if you see a unit that you love, going home to think about it is not going to happen. Going home to think about it after you put maybe a deposit just to hold it, then coming back and saying, you know what, I don't think I'm going to actually make the move, that's a better bet. Bring your file with you. Bring all of your documents, whatever you think you might need to show that you are a great tenant, you are organized, you are ready to go. Because like I said, as soon as you see a unit you love, chances are it is going to be gone. Very rarely have I seen a unit and been able to go back to it. I did with my one apartment, but in hindsight, there's a reason why. So one of the reasons you need to go and check out your apartment before you move in, even if you find it online and you are out of state, you need to schedule a time to come and look at it, because photos and videos, virtual tours can only do so much. And if you have the option to either have a friend look for it for you, or to find someone on Facebook group or YouTube or something to look at a unit for you, you need a pair of eyes, because photos can be doctored, videos and stuff can be brightened. Why that matters is, one apartment I had, I loved the location of the apartment, I loved the actual size of the apartment, the price was great, but in the apartment, it was an interior first floor apartment, so it was very dark. Literally all my plants that I had, I love natural light. I love a lot of natural light. All my plants that I had in all my previous apartments died as soon as we moved into this apartment. And then I was right above the laundry room, which I didn't notice until my living room was right above it. And when I would sit in there watching TV, I'd hear people's full conversations, and I'd smell the laundry detergent through the floors. And it was crazy, but that's not something that a photo can convey. Which brings me to my next point. You need to learn as much tenant law as you can, because you're going to have landlords that try you. 2 of my apartments, the ceiling fell in. Just randomly, bloop, bloop, the ceiling fell in. And it was crazy, because the one, I woke up and I said, it's really quiet. My neighbor above me was crazy. And I was like, it's really quiet. And I was like, I think the ceiling's gonna fall down. It's like, what? And it wasn't anything that I did. My neighbor was upstairs. They slammed their front door. Finally, the whole thing just fell. It was just an old building. You have to be mindful when you're in New York that most of these buildings are old unless they are new construction. And if you're looking for an affordable unit, it's going to be an old pre-war building, which they're not bad. I love the pre-war buildings. They have so many little characteristic things about them which make them so unique, which are awesome. I bought a couch for my first apartment. My first couch. I measured the door like it said to do on Pinterest. I saw how long I needed it to be in the room. We got it up. I lived on a 5th floor walk up. I had it delivered. They got to the top of the floor, could not get it into my door. And it was because, not that the door wasn't wide enough, but it was because the hallway was too small. So I didn't measure the hallway. So they couldn't turn it. Like struggle city. And it was literally because like the back of my couch was like an inch too tall. So I had to have somebody come, take my couch apart, cut my couch in half, put it back together, and bring it into my like apartment. It was crazy. It was crazy. What is something that you must have versus things that you don't really necessarily need? So, finding out some buildings only let you have certain internet and cable providers. And if they only give you Verizon and you hate Verizon, maybe that's not the building you move into. If you have a car in New York City and you're trying to bring it, just know that your car is going to be more another bill basically. Parking is going to basically be another bill. Your car, if you're not doing street parking, maybe it's a flat lot or a parking garage, seeing what the distance is from your apartment building if your apartment building doesn't already have it, and if you maybe need it, getting an apartment building that does have laundry room and parking, and if it went like a rec room or different things like amenities or something that depending on your budget will vary greatly. So you're living in New York, you probably aren't going to have a car, if we're being honest, which means you're going to rely on public transportation, which means you need to be able to walk to, get to, hike to, anything to, whatever mode of transportation you need, whether it's a bus or a train or a jitney bus, I call them the poppy buses. Whatever it is, you need to be mindful of being able to get there. So like I said, I would commute. So for New Jersey, because I was working in New Jersey sometimes, I didn't need to buy the New York passes, but you could buy the bus passes in 10. NJ Transit has an app right on your phone. You pull up the ticket. It's very convenient. The app is a little confusing, but it's very convenient to pull it up so that you don't have to keep printing out paper. There are also down Boulevard East and down Bergen Line and Kennedy Boulevard in Union City, Weehawken, and West New York. There are little poppy buses. They are $3, $4, whatever, to get into the city one way. And they're a little shoddy. I've been in so many car accidents with those. And then I've also had them just like break down or just have no air conditioning, but they generally get you from where you need to be, and most of the time the guys are very nice who are driving it. They're all poppies. That's why I call it the poppy bus. New York is not a scary place. It's a place where I absolutely love the city. I absolutely love being around, being in it, being a part of it, being in the sauce. If you are one of the beautiful few who get to actually work and live in this city, give it everything you've got. Go into it just knowing that whatever you get put into that experience, you will get out of that experience. I see some videos where people are like, New York wasn't what I thought it was going to be, da, 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 da. It can be a lonely city if you do not put yourself out there. There are so many meetups and groups and everything that are available. If you decide you want to take an art class or walk around museums or take a salsa dancing class or a strip pole class, whatever it is, there are plenty of other people who are willing to do it too. And chances are you can make lifelong friends just by going there. Honestly, the friends that I've made in New York, ones I met in a chat room when we were all talking about travel, and I absolutely adore her. And then the other one I met through a mentorship program from Soho House, and you guys seen her in my other video. And I've met also so many amazing people, from working with them on different sets to just being available to and being open to meeting new people and seeing and learning about their experiences. So if you are moving to New York, I wish you all of the best, and the city will greet you with open arms. I am sure of it, and I will see you guys in the next one.